Dr. Lori.
My favorite PhD in antique appraising. My favorite of all the PhDs in antique appraising.
Thank you.
That's right. Hey, the only one
How
I
are
know,
you?
but still
How are
A+.
you,
Dr. Lori, how the heck are you?
How the heck are you? You're the busy one running everywhere. You're everywhere. You're so good.
That's because I'm not good, and I just got to keep running, Dr. Lori. Do you travel a lot and do shows where people just bring you stuff and say, how much is this worth?
Yeah, 150 shows a year since 1998.
That's like
I've been around the block.
That's
Yeah.
a touring artist. I mean, that's crazy. That's like a touring country artist that is on the road every weekend, basically.
That's exactly true. They're usually 3-day stints, you know how it is. I don't have to tell you, So, but I've done it a long time. I'm used to it, and it's good. It's good.
So do most people come to you, and do they leave disappointed or happy? If you had to pick, because everybody's got something that they think's worth a lot of money. Are most of them Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Some years ago, I came up with I'll break some hearts, I'll make some millionaires. And that's really true. Some people are happy, and some people are like, oh my gosh, really? So, yeah.
Have you ever found something worth $1 million?
Yes, multi-millions, yes.
Oh
a few things, actually.
What? I must know.
Yeah. Tiffany lamp, floor lamp, big. Impressionist painting by Renoir.
What?
Yeah. It's serious. Let's see. What else was there? And people drive, people are drivers, that, so they'll drive. Like I was appearing in Virginia, and this person with the Renoir painting, who everybody said wasn't the real deal, drove from Rhode Island to make sure I saw it. So that's maybe 10 hours. So that was a driver, but a lot of cool stuff and great American stories, because I tour mainly nationally, and fantastic stories of people who have found wonderful things. And I talk about, all different ones. The same ones tend to come to my mind, like the moon boot from Apollo 13 that went to the moon with Apollo 13. That came up one of my events.
How
George
much?
Washington. That was about $10,000. It was only the left had already been sold. That was kind of cool. George Washington's wallet, the wallet that George Washington had on his person when he crossed the Delaware. That was owned by, the typical sort of two little old ladies. That was a fantastic piece of American history. It came into one of my events when I was doing an event at a senior center.
How do you prove, though, that's Washington's wallet? Is a picture of his kid in there or what?
Well, there are a couple of things that were identifying marks, not only a monogram, but also a Freemason's symbol. And the interior, it was known that he would commission pieces from this bindery near Cambridge, England, and it had this what's called a marbleizing interior, and it was traced through the provenance of these women's family going back to Washington, so they were related. So that's how that actually worked out. It was serious. That was serious. So I've seen some fantastic pieces, and I've seen some cool stuff. More contemporary cool stuff like Barbies and Pokemon cards and Fred Flintstone animation cells and such like that.
So we're going to get to Eddie's stuff because Eddie's the one who's requested this meeting with Dr. Lori because he thinks he has some
Hi, Dr. Lori.
very cool stuff himself. But one final question for me just on this subject. Has anyone brought you anything where they were for sure this thing is worth tens of 20s of $50,000 and you're like, bro, that ain't even, that's a nickel?
Yes. It was a ball canning jar about this big by, of course, the Ball Canning Company. Everybody knows it. You can the peaches in it every year, this kind of deal. And they brought it in, and on the front of it, it said Ball 1858. And I explained what the jar was. It's a glass jar, and I said it's worth about $8. And this man screamed at me from in the rafters of this theater, screaming that I was wrong and it was really valuable and it was very old. And I said, it's not from 1858. All of them say 1858 on it. So he was mad. But hey, like I said, you break some hearts, you make some millionaires.
Let me say this about Dr. Lori. You can see her on the new Netflix series, The King of Collectibles. Has it popped up for you guys? On your
I've
thing?
seen it.
Yeah, so it's produced by Peyton Manning. It's up now on Netflix. And she's doing there what she does here. It's her expertise on history, background, and the value of, well, today's hot collectibles. That you're making it once you're in a Netflix show, Dr. Lori.
Well, thanks. Let's hope after 25 years I'm making it. But it's a lot of fun. It's a great show. there's some cool things and some cool collectors, Drake and Mike Tyson and Peyton Manning and a lot of folks who are showing you their collections, but also to see what, you might have hiding in the basement. So that's where I come in. And of course, with Robbie Davis, Sr. and Jr., they're nice guys too, and Ken Golden and the whole crew at Golden's Auctions. It's been a great time, and I think the show's going to have a long lifespan, I hope. And I've enjoyed contributing to it. So,
well, let's get to the show. Let's
Come
get to the money. Eddie, so what happened with you where you thought you had something?
Okay, so it goes back to the conversation we were having about not having a retirement. And
by the way, Dr. Lloyd, just so you know the basis of this, Eddie always talks about he can't wait to retire. It's his dream in life to retire. And I said, well, how much do you have in like your 401k? Because our company does that. And he's like, none. I said, well, how much do you have saved? He goes, none. So he wants to retire, yet he's put no money back for retirement. And so that made him, I guess, go dig for stuff.
Down to the basement, like Dr. Lori said.
Got it.
Okay. Well, not a bad idea. A lot of people have this same agenda, because it's hard to save for retirement. But again, there can be, I've seen fabulous things come out of the attic rafters. So what have you got?
Okay, so I have a memory box that I've had since I moved out of my house when I was 19 years old.
You've had a memory box?
A memory box, and it's come with me from my hometown in South Texas. I moved it to college, to my first house, my second. I got married. I got 4 kids now. I still have that box.
Well, that's why you don't have a retirement. You got 4 kids.
Thank you, Dr. Laura. That's what I've been trying to tell them.
But he also golfs and gambles.
So does everyone else.
Okay. I didn't know that part.
Go ahead.
But he has 4 kids,
So I dug in the memory box, and I was like, oh my gosh, I found some good stuff. She's talking about that ball, jar or whatever that somebody yelled at her about. But I have old bottles, and these are like from the Thomas Edison days.
Okay, I have.
Okay.
I have. Okay, can I pull one up, Dr. Lori?
Okay.
So there's a really small one here. It says Eiffel Tower fruit juices. It is probably 5 inches tall. It's a see-through glass. It's a clear one here. So what do you think about this one?
Hey, Bobby, does the glass have a little bit of like a tinge of gray or a tinge of purple?
I'm pretty colorblind, but yes, I would say it has a little bit. Would you guys say it has a tinge of purple?
Yeah, or blue.
Yeah. That typically indicates that there's a little bit of lead content in it. And lead content is very typical with glass making, particularly in the early part of the 20th century. Here's what they look for. They look for a seam. They look for a particular type of top, which that particular bottle has. And they also look for famous manufacturers. And usually the name is going to be right in the bottle. It's going to be different from other colored bottles, which we also see here in this memory box collection of Eddie's. And I would say value on that bottle is going to be about $15. So that's like 30 seconds of your retirement.
Hey, that's okay. That's a start.
Okay.
Eddie.
I thought it'd be like hundreds. I really did. I thought it'd be hundreds.
Okay. We have 4 bottles in total.
That's right.
So let's do another bottle.
Okay.
This one is a little more round. It's a little more, that's blue or green or something?
More blue.
Look at that color.
A little more blue. And on it says, why'd you bring all bottles?
I had lots of bottles in the memory box.
I know, did you just grab them?
No. I've had them since I was like 15
but
years old.
saying, do you think they're worth something?
Yeah, they're old. It has to be worth something.
Okay. Well, my grandma.
Wait. So you dug them up in South Texas? Is that the deal?
No.
When you were a kid?
I'll be honest with you, Dr. Laura. I don't know how I got these, but they were in my room when I was growing up. So I just took them with me.
They just showed up.
This says Rumford Chemical Works. What do you think about this one, Dr. Lori? Eddie thinks it's very
So,
worthwhile.
Blue bottles usually relate to apothecary. So usually they had some kind of drug or some kind of chemical in them. So be careful around them. Don't stick your finger down into it kind of deal. But that can be more valuable, a little bit more. So instead of 30 seconds for your retirement, you're probably looking at 2.5 minutes. That's about $50.
Wow!
Okay.
Wow, that's
Hey, let's go!
Okay. So far you're at $65.
That's
shocked.
good. That's good.
We have two more
Bobby's doing
bottles.
the
More
math.
bottles?
I know, dude. It's like
Hold on, one more bottle.
No, you have 2 bottles.
Oh, got 2 more left?
Is that a bottle or a vase?
That's a bottle.
Okay, here we go. This
That's
bottle.
a bottle, darling.
This
Yep,
bottle
go ahead.
is a little bigger. It's clear. Nathan Wood and Son Proprietors, Portland, Maine.
Okay. Also apothecary bottle. Notice it has a long body and a short neck. And that's typically an apothecary bottle if they're going to mix some kind of chemical together. I would say value on that bottle. And there's no chips on the top of these bottles, right? Because they would use a cork.
Mint condition.
Okay, big condition. Okay, thank you, Bobby. Value on that bottle is about $50. Bobby,
Whoa!
Okay.
That's amazing.
$115.
Let's go.
Man,
Robbie,
I'm-
do you not care about bottles? Are you just like, why bottles?
Well, it's like they're glass bottles. Like, who gives a crap?
They're old.
There's a lot of them out there, which
Yeah.
is why the values are kind of low.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so far,
Okay.
Eddie, your most prized possessions, you have $115.
Wait, well, but so I have a question about the 115.
Wow.
Like, I get that that's the value, but is Eddie going to be able to sell these
Boom.
to anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question, Amy. There's a lot of them out there, so a lot of people are trying to sell them, but that's the value, and it's based on retail sales records that a similar bottle like that has sold recently.
Where would
So
you
yeah,
sell it, though?
you can sell them, but that's a smart question.
Bottles.
Facebook
Bottles.com.
Marketplace.
Yeah, but where would you sell them?
Yeah, probably eBay with everybody else.
Okay.
You know, if you put them on like Facebook Marketplace, typically people want them for like nothing. Oh, I'll take them off your hands like they're doing you a favor.
I know a guy that does eBay business.
That's me.
Yeah.
That will sell it? Yeah. Eddie, it's time for the big two.
Come on.
Dr. Lori is on. She's about to appraise the crap out of a couple things. Now, Eddie brought in these old bottles. He thought were worth a whole lot of money. So far, I will say, for 3 bottles, $115 total, that's pretty good.
It doesn't look like much.
Yeah, but I think you thought you were going to get a lot more, but that's okay.
Well, here, let me just tell you where my mind's shifting now. Now, whatever I make today, I am going to put that in my 401k. And I'm starting my retirement today.
Okay, well, you have $115 so far.
That's a start.
But it's time for the 2, dos, trois money makers.
Come on!
All right, Eddie thinks he can make $1,000 out of this. Okay, Dr. Lori. So,
Yeah.
you're gonna put your PhD skills to use here. This looks like a green bottle to me. I don't know what the heck this is, but it's bigger than all the other ones.
Okay, and there's no marking on that bottle, correct?
Nothing?
Yeah, it says Kepler. Wait, on the top it says Kepler.
So green bottles and brown bottles are trying to prevent the light to get to the chemical. That chemical was probably, in fact, in liquid form. So usually when they have bottles like that, you're trying to make sure that they don't get the sunlight to go through them when they're sitting up on a shelf, usually in a pharmacy type of environment. Would you say that that bottle is 6 inches tall or about 8 inches tall?
Well, hold on.
That's
Okay.
What?
Stop.
interesting way of measuring.
What? I just lowered it.
It's just getting the tape measure.
Yes. I would say it's about 8 inches tall.
Okay. So that piece dates to about 1915 to about 1920, and value on it is about $50.
Hey, well, that's okay. We're adding money up, guys.
Well, you said it was
Suddenly
that was the big
$1,000.
bottle. I thought that was gonna be big, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
What if
I
it had been
forgot about
6
that.
inches?
Okay. So $45.
Oh,
Oh.
hey, size matters.
Yeah.
Size does
Okay,
matter.
here we go. The final thing. He wanted me to save this to the very end because he thinks this here alone
That's going to be 1,000.
could put him through retirement.
Is
That's
that
a
heavy,
good
Bobby? Like, does it feel?
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy coin. It's bigger
Okay.
than a quarter.
Bounce that on the table. Listen
Scratch.
to
That's a
that.
scratch. You don't
Why
wanna
did it
scratch
break?
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
Stop,
It did it
stop.
right. It did it right.
Did you say there's a buffalo?
There's on the back side, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Dr. Lori, what is this, first
I
of
just
all?
want to say, I love your scientific methods, guys.
Yeah.
Bounce it on the table. Listen to what it sounds like. Well, your ear is going to sound different from somebody else's
Mm-hmm.
ear. Okay. So it's about the size of a quarter, and it should say 0.999 silver on it.
Yes, point. It says 999 fine silver.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, so let's explain a little bit. First of all, one side has the Native American Indian, the head in profile. The other side has the buffalo, the bison, right? Also in profile, typical of coinage made in the early part of the 20th century. This particular piece is actually a silver piece, right? So 925 parts. If it said 0.925, that would mean it's sterling. Yours is better than sterling.
Okay.
Better than Sterling.
Oh boy.
You okay? Okay, we're getting you very excited.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Then-
we're good.
Then what you have is, of course, the weight of this particular piece, which is almost pure silver, because if it were 1,000, it would be pure silver.
Dr. Lori, you
Yours-
heard it when he bounced on the table, right?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard the bounce on the table.
Yeah.
That's not my scientific method. That's
Okay.
yours.
Okay.
So, in terms of appraising, that's going to be a very, low on the totem pole in terms of value. However, this particular piece is almost pure silver.
Come on.
So 1 troy ounce of pure silver has a value today of, if you look at the silver markets, about $35.
But
Wait,
how much is the coin?
No.
Wait.
The coin is worth about $35.
No. The actual coin.
Yeah,
Dr.
let me do
Lori.
this again.
Did you not hear
Did
that?
you hear that again?
I heard that again.
Okay.
So what she's saying is basically it doesn't matter what's on the coin. It's just the price of silver.
They actually will create those coins looking like old coins. They're not coins. It's not, of course, legal tender. It just is worth the value of silver. And today's silver market is not all that high. So when the silver market goes up, that piece becomes more valuable. I would hold on to it because it is almost pure silver.
Eddie, it looks like you're a little short of $200
So I'm not going to be able to retire today.
overall. What did you
Not today, but someday.
Eddie, I'm not so sure about that. Eddie, what'd you think realistically coming in that you thought all of these bottles and this coin would get you?
Realistically,
Mhm.
I thought I would get at least $500. I mean, I wanted to sound exciting, like I get thousands, but I mean, the bottles, I didn't think they'd be $1,000 bottles. But if I can get out of here with $500, I was like, this is going to start my road to retirement. I mean, I'll put the $100 in retirement, but
You're going to
It's
gamble
almost
it. We know
200.
you're going to DraftKings if you sell this stuff and you're going to put it on the game.
There are some golf tournaments this weekend.
Yes. Visit our website, drloriv.com. LORI, the letter V.com. Follow her on Instagram at Dr. Lori V. You can watch her on Netflix. And she's just killing it for us. As always, she appraised Mike's Beanie Babies for a couple $1,000. No, Pokemon. I have Beanie Babies.
So you guys both
More than that
More
crap
than-
you have.
okay.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I had Dr. Lori on. One day we'll reveal it. I had her on with me once in my house. And I'm just going to say over $10,000.
Oh my gosh,
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more than that. But I said, hey, what's this? I'm just going to say over. It could be a lot more. It could be a little more.
Oh my
Something over
goodness.
$10,000 that I didn't know. I was trying to throw it away.
You have all the luck in the world.
I was going to throw it away. And she was like, wouldn't do that if I
So
were you.
where is it now?
Don't worry about it.
I hate my life.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there. You know, your old toys, your Barbies, this, that, collectibles, mom stuff. You know, I mean, I'm here to help you.
What about Madame Alexander dolls?
Yes, Madame Alexander dolls, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
A nickel.
There's lots of value in those.
Okay.
Okay. But,
That's what I have a lot of.
Well, we got to see them.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Next time, okay?
Next time.
There she is, our friend and yours, Dr. Lori. Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys. Bye, Bobby.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have
Take
a
care.
great day. It does seem, though, generally, we have a lot of hope. And then Dr. Lori is smart and tells us you're not as smart as you think.
Yeah.
To us.
Yeah.
Because we come in, we're like, this has got to be worth $10 million. And then the next thing you know, it's worth $30.
It's not, I mean, that's not what I thought.
Eddie's coin, he thought I was going to be worth a whole
Dude, I
much.
thought that was from the Civil War.
And I was rooting for it, too.
That's a buffalo nickel, man,
Dude,
but it's
that
like
does look
5
cool.
times the size.
That's showbiz, baby.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what we say. And guess what? You're still broke. But she did. I took her to my house on camera, and she was like, I'm not gonna say, but it was over $10,000. And I was trying to throw it away. And my wife was like, "You shouldn't throw that away. I don't think." And then I was like, "Oh," and then and it was over. Yeah.
Wait. Is it a bottle?
It is actually, yeah. Can you imagine? Okay, thank you guys. Let's play this.
It's a Bobby Bones show.